Hello and welcome to Click to Unlock's continuing walkthrough of Thief, the new Thief game. This is Chapter 7, The Hidden City. All collectibles and almost all the loot. And a few secret areas along the way. I'm not doing this in a ghost fashion, I'm doing this quite aggressively, but I do highlight a few things, a few areas that you might want to consider if you are trying to do this stealthily. So when you first come into the level, you want to head to the left. There's a little sort of tunnel to go through, and which you see is a purse, and down into these kind of mines where this body kind of falls down, where they're chucking bodies. There's another little purse just on the floor there. So once you've done them, you can head back up to the main entrance. There is another way in through like a little shaft there. We'll come back to that in a minute. So you can pick this lock and walk in these stairs here, which brings you into this courtyard. There's like 4 or 5 guys in this courtyard, so doing this stealthily is a bit tricky, but there is means and ways. But initially I thought this little idea would be good. You can get a little rope up here, and this can take you up to an elevated level to take out one guard who is pesky, who will spot you quite a lot. So if you was trying to do it kind of sneakily, you can take this guy out. Also, as well, this is very important. If you are looking to do to get secret areas and collectibles and the like, for not just this mission but the next mission, it's well worth stocking up, making sure you're properly stocked up on all the arrows and stuff before you start this mission. This crate here can help you in that regard if you didn't have the money or whatnot, because the next mission you especially need rope arrows. Rope arrows seem in quite short supply, because you use them a fair bit in this level and you need them in the next level as well. So although you can replay the missions and stuff and that, if you're playing it through for the first time, it's worth thinking about taking these rope arrows, maximising the amount of rope arrows you can take, because you'll need them in the next mission. Right, so as you can see, I'm kind of just getting busy taking out people here, there and everywhere, here and that. And also up until this point, I kind of remained undetected, and I used the other sort of mine shaft to get round this side of it. Oh, you lucky! You don't know how close you come there, mate. You don't know how close you come. So yeah, you can take out these guys here and do it this way. This is the very kind of like un-thief-like way, I guess. Oh, look at that! What a shot! But you can still remain undetected doing it this way, if that's what you're going for. Now this guy here, look at him, look, he's back. He's back. This time, you're not going to be so lucky, fella. Oh, look at that. That just reminds me, this is very important. There's loads of, there's a couple of, there's quite a lot of birds on this level in general, really. The ravens in their cages, they're all over the place. So the choke arrows can be handy, but be aware that if you do take out a little bit of loot here, if you do take out the ravens with the choke arrows, it will alert the guards as well. So bit of a, you know, bit of a thing to think about if you're trying to go through stealthily. Right, so this is one route you can take through to get through to that bit stealthily, but we don't want to go there. We want to head back to this little room here, where we've got some more loot. Hello. Nice. Give me the gold. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. And some food. Right, so we're going to head back out and back into the main area here. And because there's just something that I want to point out and show, which is quite handy, so if you was to sneak in through the kind of mine shaft, sneak past that bit and get into here, you could then oh, there's a little bit of loot in one of these drawers, I think, as well. Just while we're here, it's a note. This note basically, you know, it does give you a little hint, but above this set of drawers, quite cleverly spaced because you will forget about it, there is a rope arrow place you can fire into. So you could have gone in through the little mine, kind of like coal shaft or something, sneaked past, got onto this ledge, then quickly sneaks around here, and then you can get into the cathedral this way, which is by far and that's it, and then you're in. By far the easiest way to do it. But we're trying to find loot. You know, we're on the thief, so we don't want to go in that way just yet because there's other bits of loot to get. But just so you're aware, that is probably the easiest way to get through undetected, and that you can come straight through into there, up, round, in you go, just like that. And you got it as well. 2 guards in this area you need to worry about. Again, ravens as well around. Believe it or not, up to this point I was actually undetected up to this point, even though I'd been doing all of these outrageous actions. But one of these birds detected me, which I thought was quite ironic really, considering I'd killed about 7 people and it was a bird that actually detected me. Right, so once you've taken them out, there is a little kind of some blocks to climb up around the edge. Follow the path around. Here we go. It's raining. It's raining. And then we can drop down into this little area here, which you could see from the other side. So kind of a little giveaway on that. But there's a couple of little bits of loot here. Nice. Thank you. Right, so once you grab them, you can head up into the bell tower. It looks like the bell's fallen and smashed its way down, and you can drop down into it. Oh, whoa, what's going on there? Right, so fall down right to the floor, and because there's a little bit of loot down here. There's a bit of food, and there's a ring box there, but there's no ring in it. So it's like, wow, man, where's that ring? Where's that ring? Ah, there it is, hidden in the muck. So be sure you don't miss that one, because you know, you might have been thrown a curveball, thinking, you know, it's an empty box. Someone's already got it. You know, I'm late to the party. I might as well go. But no, it's there. It is on the floor. Right, so then you can make your way round to where there's the rope and drop down. And there's like a little bit you can crawl into. And you think, oh, no, there's nothing in here. And there's a plant. Oh, great. Thanks very much. Brilliant. Don't really need that. But there is a sneaky little coin. Oh, a brooch. Sorry. It was a brooch. It looked like a coin. Come on. Cut me some slack. Right, so we can now move on up the rope. Here we go. And now we can move further up, and this will take us. This little route takes us up into the kind of into the cathedral proper, if that makes sense. Yeah, broken bell tower. And then we can move into the cathedral proper. Right, so once we're in here, we get a little scope of what we've got to achieve for level purposes. And that's it. We've got to basically get into that lift that descends into the lower parts of the city. But before we do that, we need to do some looting. Don't we? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you say. Right, so this guy here, he's a bit annoying. But he kind of moves around. He'll move over to this little side here. You can take him out. Oi, you! Done ya, mate. Done ya. Yeah, done ya. Don't forget there's a little glass on the, or a little cup on the side. Right, so we can move around. We've got this one guy with the fire. He's on patrol, looking for thieves, I guess. Not very good at his job, I might add, because I'm right there. Quick, swift round. Before anyone even knows what's going on. If you do that as well pretty quickly and don't move too far forward, you will remain undetected, because a couple of guys come out on the balcony over there, but only when you move a certain way forward. So you want to switch that switch and open this door, which takes you into this other room. This would have been the room that you would have come in had you taken that stealthy route that I pointed out earlier. But there is some loot in here, so make sure you have a little look around. Climb up on these boxes. This is a sneaky bit of loot on these boxes. On this ledge up here, we've got a sneaky bit of loot up here, little telescope, and that over there, that's the window, I believe, that you would have come in if you had come in the front way. There's also a couple of other bits of loot in here, a cup on the side, and a box to pick with food and coins. pile of coins. Okay, so into the next part, we've got this rope that's hanging down there. There's a guy comes out on this balcony. And we've got this rope here, so there's another beam to stick your rope into, which is handy. Both for doing the level. You don't need to do it, but for stealth purposes, it's a good thing to know and be aware of. So the guys are talking, and he comes out. But because I'm, stealth's just gone out the window for me. Well, not completely out the window, but I'm not worried about being detected or anything in that. Take him out. Now before we go up onto those ropes and continue on with the mission, where this guy was taken out right at the beginning, I could have done it then. I kind of forgot about it, but there is a little bit of loot down here. It's a little purse, nice sneaky bit of loot, which nearly got away. I nearly forgot about it, but I remembered as I was looking over. So now we can carry on, and I'm going to take this route here, cross the ropes, and then there's one guy up here. There, you can see him walking in the background, but I'm having that of him first. This guy here, he's walking around. Take him out. See him, mate. Deadly in the shadows, just coming from nowhere. Pow. Okay, so up here we've got this desk. Loads of loot. Pick the lock. Pocket portrait. Was that worth locking the drawer for? Was that worth locking the drawer for? You've left piles of gold coins. The value of the coins was a lot more than the pocket brooch that you locked in the drawer. Surely you should have locked the coins in there. Not that it would have been safe. Okay. So don't forget that stuff that's on the table there. Then move around. There's another guard up on this level. Another one of these crossbow guys. He's around here. We can just kind of deadly take him out, break his leg, smack him in the face. That's it. Nice. And then just behind you here there is a gold bit of purse. Okay, now here this would be, again, if you were stealthing this, you would have gone across the ropes, around, put a rope in there, and climbed up on top of this part here, and then you can run and jump and get straight on top of the lift, and then go down, and that'll be this part of the level over. But as you can see, there's a bit of loot up there, so I wanted to get that, but we want to get some more loot. There's still more loot to get in this area, but that's a really good way of basically getting through this part of the level nice and stealthily, because you don't have to worry about there's another couple of guards down on this lower level, and you could just ignore them. Okay, taking out that firelight means you can get this guy a lot easier. Bang. And there's still two more guards on this bottom bit. There's this guy around here reading, doing something, but I'll just sneak round him. And pow! How'd you like me now? Yeah. Nice try. And there's a bit of loot on this table. Brooch. Nice. Oh, and a letter opener. Get excited. Now, there's a guy around here, and he's he's not really asleep, really. He's just chilling out. And if you get close to him, I thought he was asleep. So I went to take him down, as you would do a sleeping guard, and he weren't. He was awake, so we had to have a fight. Luckily, he was the last guard down there. But loot him, and he's next to one of these trap boxes. So make sure you have to take him out, really, in that, if you want to get the loot. But an arrow to the head would have been a lot easier. Which means you can get to these bits of loot here. If you don't cut that trap thing, there's a big button here, and you'll get shot at. But before we go running off, there's still one more thing in this area to do, and that's a sneaky rope arrow up here. So this leads us to, if you climb all the way to the top and move around, this shows you to another rope and a secret area. You get the secret area noise when you drop down into here. So if you're going for that achievement, that's something you'll need to find. There we go. In the comments, a couple of people have been asking about secret areas in the city part of the place. Yep, I have found quite a lot of those, and I will be posting them up shortly. Unfortunately, I've just been caught up in the challenge modes. which I'm posting some of those videos up as well. But for some reason, this is why this part of the video has been a little bit delayed. I've just been caught up in the challenge modes. Just, you know... Oh, what's he doing there? He pushed the wrong button. Oh my days. He's pushed the wrong button and used focus. Embarrassing. I try my best not to use focus. I really do. And that was just embarrassing. Right, so once that guy's taken out, you can summon the lift by pushing this button here. And which brings the lift and you can move on. However, there is one more little sneaky little bit of loot that you might have missed. And it's just down here. You can just see it there. The gold coin is down here. Behind. Turn around, James. There it is. There it is. Nice. Sneaky gold coin. 1 gold coin. And then you can move on, get into the lift and push the button. So I'm hoping that was all the loot in that section. I think overall I missed 3 items of loot in this level. So I've got most of it basically. But, you know, I'm sure someone can help out in the comments with the bits that I have. The very few bits that I have missed along the way. Right, so now we're into the depths. We're into the lower depths of the city, and you have to do this little run and jump thing here. The third person parts that seem a little bit pointless to me in many respects. They don't really, they're so on rails. That make you feel very thief-like. But we head into this little cave and move around. You see the rats scurrying. There's a little clue there of where to go. And there's a room in here we've got to head into. I'm coming. Right, so in this room here, we've got some loot in the middle, but it's all surrounded by traps and the like. So we need to climb up the wall here. And if you look left, no, that way. Yep, there we go. Hidden on the wall here, we've got the wire box that needs to be cut and makes the trap safe. Now, before you get greedy and jump down and start like thinking, wow, I've got the loot, there's another little bit up here. So jump across and grab this sneaky ancient ingot. And then you can jump down and grab your rope arrow and your coins. Cabinet, don't forget the cabinet. Got another note and a flashy pen. Right, so now we can head forward and head into the caves and continue up, kind of right up the levels, as it were. We're getting higher and higher as we do. And there's so there's a door up there. We'll come to that in a minute, and we can get up to this higher levels here. And there's some guys. They start arguing and the like. And oh no, he spotted me. Oh no. Oh no. Well, anyway, I had to come this way anyway. And so if we go up here, up these stairs, and the reason I'm kind of in here now looking around is because when you get to the doorway here, there's a little rope beam to get into. And this is another secret area. You get the secret noise once you climb up here. And jump across onto this little beam here. There's a couple of bits of loot, and you get the secret noise as well. So if you're looking for the secret areas, there is another bit there. Lovely. Right, so there's I think there's 3 guys ultimately you have to take care of here. There's a guy on patrol. There's a crossbow guy on the balcony. Right, you're so dead. You're so dead. Here we go. Broadhead arrow, you're dead. Here we go, here we go. Oh, he's another one. Another one who has no idea how close he came to death. Don't worry though, we'll be back. We'll be back because we've got a couple of things to do. If you haven't played this mission, you might have been screaming at me going, oh, you've missed bits, you've missed bits. No, I've not. No, I've not. Right, so there's a purse on the guy down there. He's now come back. And now I've taken him out. Right. Who else we got up here? Got this guy here. Gonna take him out. Nice and steady, professional, and missed. Missed. I mean, that's just embarrassing. At least I got the proper skill shot there. Okay, so now he's taken out. There's one more thing that I just want to do. before we go running on and continue with the level, and that's go all the way back down to the bottom. You probably could have done this at the start, but I just wanted to make sure that the guys were all dead and taken out. But if you go right down to the bottom of this bit, you should have done it at the start, James, idiot. Turn the wheel, the bridge kind of lowers, and then wait until it's just risen up enough, and you can get onto this other side. Whee! Little creature thing. And you can get into this little area here, which I think might be another secret room. But there's an amulet on the floor, and also really quite hidden behind this sort of block is one of the collectibles, the city artifact, unique loot on the level. Right, so I think that's now all covered on this. So you have to bring down the bridge thing again. And we head all the way back up to the top. So there's one more guard up here. He's just round here now, and we can take him out. Bang, like that. Before we go into these tunnels, though, just on these balconies up here, we've still got a couple of items to snag, a couple of bits of loot on this table here. And there is also, as well, you can get to this either two ways. You can do it by jumping across here this way, or jump across that gap and up the stairs. The other way, there's another room over here which has a locked door. So we can get in here. This has got a trap on it. There's a trap just above. There it is. Make sure you look behind the door and deactivate the trap before trying to open up this box, because you'll die. You'll die a horrible death. There's only arrows in here, but as I mentioned earlier, it might be helpful to you because you might be doing what I'm doing and shooting everyone in the head. Right, so then we can move through to this next area. There's a little bit of loot to the left mixed up in the glass, a brooch, and there's also a safe. So we'll come to the safe in a second because you need to head out into this area here, so kind of following the level marker. And if you run around to where the sort of blue grappling point was, you can drop down and follow the path all the way down, and which you will find some loot and also a note. Now, the scavenger's note says that the guy has found a safe and he's tried every combination from 000 right up to 672, and he's not going to do one number more. So logic dictates that the poor guy, the combination is obviously going to be one more digit. So 673. If he'd just tried that one more combination, he must have been there a long while. He really must have. But there's 5 bits of loot in this safe, the bonds, so well worth getting that. Almost finished in this little area now. Just before we head on, there's another. See, I told you needed rope arrows on this mission. There's another rope arrow point to get up on, and if you climb up here, you get another bit of loot just up here. Thank you. Finally, we can head on. Right, so we can move round through these boxes and through these miserable-looking tunnels. This is all quite grim, isn't it? It's all, you know, really don't like what you've done with the place. You know, do with a lick of paint. I mean, how did they get all these boxes here and stuff? But if you move around and keep continuing on, you'll get a nasty shock with a guy crawling along the floor in pain and death, and a little creature. Follow the creature around to sort of the dead end, but there is a little bit of loot, a little purse hiding there, and then you can just continue through here. On to the next area. Follow the path down. More horrible, miserable area, and this takes you to this kind of new little section here. So we've got some of these creatures, the undead things that don't like light walking around. We'll come to them in a second, but you want to head down the stairs and jump across, because we have loot in this room down here. All these guards are dead. They're leaving things. Head back up, and we have yet another rope point. So get your rope arrow out. I told you you're going to need them. Make sure you get these rope arrows before you start this mission. and jump across to the door here that needs picking. Pick this lock. And this is another room where there is a trap on the chest, so make sure you look right and take out the trap. Nice. And in here you will find another bit of loot, and also the second collect. Was it the second collectible on the level so far? We've got one. I think that's the second collectible on the level so far. Right. So now we've got a dispatch with these creatures. So you can head down to the rope here. We need to do this, get some loot anyway. But there's a creature in here. Fire arrows. If you haven't got all the upgrades, I think it takes like a couple of fire arrows in the head. We'll dispatch one pretty easily. Pick up some gold coinage in here. Then you can head back up the rope. And quite a handy little point is there is some dangling planks in the middle of the bridge. So if you was really clever, you would have a breakable, a bottle or something you could throw, and you could throw it into that area and then drop it. I managed to catch one guy there, but if you was really clever, you could probably you could probably get two or maybe even three underneath that. There is also some oil on the floor that can be burnt as well. I just missed him with that. This guy, he nearly caught me. I got a little bit scared here. But you can take them out. There's various points in this little section where you're completely safe and you can just take them out at your leisure. So it's not that difficult really, that part, but just a bit of patience required, I guess. But you can do it in clever ways, I would suspect. So you can head up into this bin. There you get these flaming pipes. To actually do the level, you need to come up to this point here where there is a valve to turn off, and make sure you do it quickly and don't dither like I do, because otherwise the fire will come on and you'll burn. Yeah, well done. Look at that. Look at what I didn't do. Oh, it's so frustrating. But don't go running out of this room just yet, because there is a little bit of loot snagged down there, an amulet, and now we can continue on. I think we've got a bit of loot in here as well. Thank you, scroll holder. And we can move on. Right, so we're coming to the sort of final part, the final section of this level now. We've just got a few of these little tunnels to go through. When you get up to the top of these ladders here, climb over these boxes and down here and look behind you, because there's another one of these sneaky coins, or these ancient ingots that are just really quite pesky. They do. Whoever designed these levels like putting those in some confusing places. But you're on the ladders on the way up in this sort of like shaft. Keep your eye open for that one. So then we can head up through the gap, and then we can jump down. One guard goes to sleep and the other guard stays on a patrol, so he comes round, and you do the right thing. You pickpocket him and then you knock him out. You could have just knocked him out to start off with, but you know. The guard who's asleep, you can take him out if you want. Oh, don't forget the syringe in this room here as well. But there's only a bit of food on the desk next to him, so I left him sleeping. I left him sleeping. I thought, I'll have mercy on one of you. You know, just one of you. Right, heading on, and we're close to the kind of final section of the level. There is a box here. A chest we want to check out here. There's more food and arrows. The choke arrow it gives you there because in this next section there are quite a lot of ravens around, and it's probably trying to, you know, give you a little help out, because there's quite a lot of guards, quite a lot of ravens, and if you're stealthing it, it would help you no end, the choke arrows. So once you're in this little section here, you can see a little room just to the left there. To get in that room, you need to head out into the main area, head left, and there's this ventilation shaft, so we can get in here. I'm not sure if this is a secret area or not. It feels like it, but there's a guy in here, and you can buy. He's not got a lot of stock, so I think I just pretty much bought everything off of him, because I'd used up all my broadhead arrows. So we can then head over the other side. Take out these candles, and we can climb up to the right just here. Look around. Here we go. We can climb up to the right just here. Now there is... I see a bird. Bird. Right, there is a little bit of loot there, but for some reason I didn't pick it up. But we'll come back to that. I won't miss it, but you'll see it in a second. Multiple guards all around here. This guy on the bridge. There's a couple on patrol. So take him out on the bridge. And the reason I took him out is because I wanted to get over the bridge. You can do this stealthily as well, actually, because there is another rope point just to the right here. If I look up, there it is. There is another rope point there, so you can do this quite sneakily as well if you wanted to get up here and do that. But you come over here, there is a bit of loot. Nice. Head back round, and you can go into the upstairs point. There's like a couple of rooms here. That guy, he saw me. Well, saw something. What he didn't see was me coming back and breaking his leg. Ha! Okay, so now we can head into the rooms. So this is the upstairs section of these little bits of rooms. And we've got a few bits of loot up here. We've got loot on the table. And there's also a purse and a set of drawers. So a letter opener on the top. See, now I went top, bottom, and look, I was so fed up of going like top, middle, bottom, and always being a bit of loot in the bottom drawer that I thought I'd go to the bottom first, and then the loot was in the middle drawer. How annoying. Anyway, if you go downstairs, so you can come in either two ways. This is from the outside, that door from the outside, or you can come down the stairs. There is a bird there, which is annoying, but there's two guys in here having a chat. And once they finish having their conversation, one of them comes out. So be aware of that if you're trying to be sneaky, and don't use the stealth move because the birds go crazy, and and everyone knows you're there. So not the most professional thievery, but it meant that I did go back up here and remembered that there was a little bit of loot up here. So all's well that ends well, I guess. Really. Yeah, I just actually did notice as well, and that there was another rope. There was another rope block to the left. I just saw there as well coming in. Oh, that's interesting. So, so when you first come into that area, you could look directly up and left, and then get up onto the bridge, and then the other one would take you down. That's interesting. Right. Anyway, I'm thinking out loud. So this room downstairs has got quite a bit of loot in it. Bits on the side, bits in the drawer. There we go, more stuff. Thank you. And then over on the other side, there's also a bit of loot on this box and on the bed. And there's also another set of drawers as well. So quite a fair bit in this room here. Well worth coming in this room, that's for sure. Probably being overly protected by taking out the fire there, considering that I've pretty much murdered everyone by now. Although I think there might be another couple of guards outside in this lower part. Yep, look, here he is. There's one here. So, guards standing, staring at me. There's only one outcome, isn't there, really? See ya. Look at that. Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to head back outside now, because these rooms have been well and truly pilfered. And then there's another guard out here standing by doing nothing. So I'm going to sneak around him nice and stealthily and then take him out from behind. Hello, mate. Bang. Right, so now we've done this little section here, we can move up the stairs, and directly to the left there's this little area here with all broken glass everywhere, which just by slinking across them has just alerted everyone, I think. To get in there without making noise, you can climb up round the other side and drop down. So there, I think there's 3 guards now. There's 3 guards left, and they're all walking around. So after a while, but up there you're pretty safe up there. They can't really see you or anything up there. So I just sat up there, waited till it all calmed down, and then dropped back down again to make sure I picked up the loot in this little area. So we got some arrows, which I don't need. and we pick up them, and then there's also this amulet on the table. Thank you. So climb back up again, and on the other side of this we've got another little enclave where we can drop down, and there's a little bit of loot sneakily in the glass. Thank you. And another little bit just up here. Lovely. Was there another bit in there? Or my eyes deceiving me? Anyway, right, so these guys are now just kind of, you know, they know someone's around, but I was thinking, what's my best options here? What can I do? And if I was trying to do this stealthily, I would be doing it in such a different way, but as you can probably gather by this point, I'm kind of really not caring. I'm just after the loot. It's just all about the loot now. So took him out with an arrow, drop down, move. Oh, no, still, why am I still worried about the light? I know I'm going to kill him. So we can move around. This guard's sort of patrolling up here. I'm going to slink in behind him. Come on, mate. Oh no, he's going to see me. No, he's going to see me. Oh, it was close. It was close. But sorry, mate, you've got to go. You've got to go. Right, and he's got a bit of loot on him. I'll have that. Cheers, buddy. Right, so there's one more guy, and I might have taken him out. I don't know, but we're interested in loot. So round here on this barrel here, there's a purse, and now we're on the final little bit of this level here. So we'll take out this block with a blunt arrow, and that will enable us to climb up onto this higher level for the next bits of loot. So if we climb up here, so there's a bit of loot already on this barrel, and then we're going to need, guess what? You've guessed it, we need another rope arrow. Yes, we do. Another rope arrow. God, it's certainly a good level for these things. So we can run and jump onto this one, and then climb up a little bit, and we can get across onto this ledge over here. And there's another bit of loot up here. Right, now before we head out of this level, we want to head just back round to the sort of the point when you climbed up on the fallen block, and just in these plants here, very, very hard to spot, is another collectible, the Elder's Memory. Very nearly missed that one. Very, very sneaky. But once you've got that, you can head out into the next part, which is just up on this wall over here on the grapple point, and then into this little section. So bits of loot. There's a candlestick there, and also down the other end there's another chest down here. Pick the lock on this one, and a couple of bits of loot in there. And now we're ready for the final section of this level, which is kind of like the boss battle. Now, before you do all that, you go through this, you know, dreamy sequence and stuff, and that we just push forward and go through. But now we need to take out this guy. Now, I've got no patience for him, so just blast arrows. You just, about 3 or 4 blast arrows should do him. Try and be a little bit more skillful than actually running into his fire like that. All you have to do is slink around a bit. He's really not that difficult at all, and he's almost done. So you can just blast arrow him up until he kind of falls on the floor. Oh, almost. And that's it. Now he's done. Now when he's done, before going to him, go round. There's some loot in the room to pick up. So we've got a candlestick there. There's a table over here which has got a syringe on it. There's a table in the middle. Some blast arrows. Thanks, need them after just using them up. A couple of bits more of loot there. Also over here on this barrel we've got, what's that, an amulet, and there is some other things. There's some food and arrows lying around as well, if you need them as well. And then before finishing him, make sure you pickpocket him, because he's got the other collectible, the amber circle, on him. And then you have the option then of either killing him or opening up. You have to turn the valves open the gate, and exit the level. Right, so that has been Chapter 7, the Hidden City, all the collectibles, and almost all the loot. Sorry about the ones that I've missed. Please let me know in the comments where they are. 85 assists, 3 bits missing. But all the collectibles, the 4 collectibles. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough so far, and the last level will be going up very soon. Also, check out my speed runs, the chain and gain speed runs, because they're lots of fun and I've done pretty well. So thanks for watching. Bye.